Hey guys, welcome back to another episode with Get Some Custom Baits. We're going to be doing some largemouth bass fishing at two of my favorite destinations in southern Utah, Sand Hollow Reservoir and Lake Powell. So stay tuned for the action. We're going to share some tips and tricks, let you know what the fish are biting on right now. It's a great time as we approach springtime and we approach the bass spawn. Definitely pre-spawn. Fish are fat and hungry right now trying to get ready for the spawn, so stay tuned. So water temps were really cold, started about 55 degrees, warmed up to about 58 by the end of the day, but the water temperature definitely was having its effect on the fish. Cold fronts were moving in while we were down there as well. But we did catch a few on chatterbaits. That was probably one of our best baits that we threw, was these custom chatterbaits. So I always feel like that's a great option for springtime bass. Because of the water temps, I'm sure the fish have not moved in as shallow as a lot would perhaps expect before the spawn. They were pretty deep. I'd say most of them were coming up from 15 to 20 feet, just based off of the trends of when they hit your bait. It was almost never close to the shoreline. Although I would always try to cast close to the shoreline, they wouldn't get bit, and I didn't feel like the fish were following the bait for a while. They were coming up from deeper water, and they were hitting it from 15 to 20 feet, which these custom chatterbaits really help with that, because most chatterbaits don't run that deep. They're usually a fourth of an ounce or maybe 3/8 of an ounce, but I make some heavier chatterbaits that I know I can get down to deeper than 10 feet on a long cast. So I think that definitely helped. Because there was a cold front that had rolled in, and because of the water temps, it seems like the bite was definitely the best in the last hour or two of the day. Did catch a few in the morning, occasional in the afternoon, but definitely really started to slay them late in the evening. So I even continued into the night by about 30 minutes. I didn't stay out beyond sunset for too long, but as you can see here in the next few clips, we definitely got into fish on chatterbaits after dark.
On my custom chatterbait, baby. Heck yeah. Nice little fishy. Man, they are fat.
Which really tells me that a lot of the reason why chatterbaits work so well is because of that vibration, because of that action. I don't think the fish are hunting based off of their sight. They're definitely using that lateral line to try to identify bait fish, and they're just annihilating the chatterbait even after dark. It was awesome. The fish definitely weren't stacked up in one main area. They were all over the lake. We fished the island, we fished rocky shorelines, trees, other structure, and we caught them all over the place. And a lot of them came in places that I don't typically fish, but we just had to find them in a little bit deeper water. So if there's a boat in your favorite spot, it doesn't matter. Right now, they're really spread apart, and you're not going to find them all concentrated in one particular area. So I'm trying to get my son more and more interested in fishing, and so I couldn't help but try to give him every opportunity to reel in a fish. But he definitely takes pride in fish that he catches completely on his own. But I was able to get him to take the rod from me a couple of times to reel in some nice fish. So. So this was one of the few fish that I caught on soft plastics. I know a lot of people, that's almost all they fish, but I guess I'm just a speed fisherman in that I really like to just fish quickly, and I don't have the patience to fish soft plastics the majority of the time. That's why I pick up the chatterbait or the crankbait, lipless crankbait, whopper ploppers, all that type of stuff because I'm a speed fisherman. But I did catch one on a second rod that was caught on one of my 6-inch eels here, so that was kind of an additional bonus for the day.
My 6-inch eel, baby. Yeah. Nice fish. Alright, another one on the custom chatterbait. Just a little guy. Nice. Chunky little bass. Sweet.
So this is my nephew Jackson joining us on the boat for just a little bit. He was just throwing a coffin bill crankbait and caught this really nice crappie.
Get him in the boat. Swing him in. Swing him in.
I have been really impressed in the size of the crappie here. When he first caught it, we thought it was a bass. The thing was fighting so hard and was so big.
Fucking monster.
I got one.
Oh my gosh, you serious?
I'm impressed that you got one.
Bigger than a freaking bass. Go, please.
Wait, can I? Wait, Dad? Not Dad. John. Can you call my dad and see if I could have it and get it?
Got it? He was throwing this little crankbait. Yeah, turn it up like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to the street.
Okay. And could we keep it
Okay,
in the...
smile.
Oh my gosh, look at those. They look deadly. It looks like very dead. I'll throw it off or
No, I ain't throwing it
Yeah.
out. I'm good.
I did manage to catch a few and lost a few on the Lipless crankbait. This one worked out for me really well, both at Sand Hollow and at Lake Powell. It was definitely my go-to at Lake Powell. For some reason, the striper really liked the Lipless crankbait. So yeah, it was a blast. And this is definitely how to make long-lasting memories with your kids. This was a really nice 4.5-pound bass that my son Blake caught completely on his own, off camera, and had an absolute blast doing it. As he got it closer to the boat, we knew it was big. I had to spend all my time trying to make sure that we landed the fish, so I failed to hit the record button, but he is absolutely proud of this fish. Definitely a personal best for him. It was so big he was able to put his fist down that bucket mouth to show how large that fish's mouth was. So what a great fish. Okay, so we spent a couple of days at Sand Hollow, and then we made the 4.5-hour drive to Bullfrog Marina at Lake Powell, where we then fished for a couple of days. The weather was miserable at both places towards the end of this trip as the cold front moved in. Most days we had to spend half of the day seeking shelter rather than fishing, but we still did manage to catch a few fish and definitely made the drive worth it. So at Lake Powell, what I found that was really unique was that the striper, normally I have to jig for them, sometimes pretty deep, like 60, 70 feet of water, but for some reason they were really shallow. We caught most of our striper in 10 to 20 feet, but some even shallower. So it made it really nice because you didn't have to jig till your arm felt like it was going to fall off. We were able to cast for most of these fish or troll kind of in shallow waters to catch them that way as well.